What's up, universe? It's me, MG Flores, and welcome back to my channel. To those who do not know me yet, I make lifestyle videos, travel videos, and just anything that I can think of filming under the sun, because I want to document people, places, and events in my life through my videos. Also, I want to share with you these memorable adventures, so to inspire you to do the same, because I believe life has so much to offer. Recently, I had my first ever solo trip and I went to Bantayan Island all by myself for 5 days. So in this video, I'm gonna show you where to go, probably the places I have been to, where to eat, and how to get around the island. So without further ado, let's begin the Solo Female Traveler's Guide to Bantayan Island. One of the reasons why I came to Bantayan Island was to celebrate my birthday, and that solo trip was a gift to myself. So to start with, I decided to go to the island a day before my birthday because I don't want to spend my birthday on a bus traveling. I took off early from Barili, Cebu at around 5 a.m. And by the way, thank you Charjoy Caruana for the overnight stay, Marthy for the pickup, and Zaira Tuling for accompanying me to Cebu City. I arrived at the North Bus Terminal at around 7 a.m. and rode a bus going to
Hagnaya, kuya.
The bus took off at 7:45 in the morning. It was a 4-hour travel going to Hagnaya Port, so it was a long ride. I managed to sleep at the start of the road trip, but since I was sitting at the back of the bus, it was so bumpy. So we had a quick stopover where passengers can eat their breakfast, buy food to eat during the 4-hour travel, while I personally had a coffee and a bread. Trust me guys, I was enjoying that bread more than I look in this video. So I had quick naps after the stop, but most of the time I was enjoying the view because why not? From where I was sitting, I can see everything. It did rain moments before we arrived at the port though, but when I actually got there at the port at around 12 noon, it was so bright. As soon as I arrived, I got my ticket to Santa Fe Port and I waited for about 30 minutes since the shuttle will depart at around 12:30. The port has food stalls in case you're hungry. Don't lose your tickets because it will be checked upon boarding. It was around 12:45 when we departed. There were only few passengers because it was a Thursday. Best time to travel is on weekdays if you're concerned with having less hassle on your commute. At this time, my phone's battery was low. I asked one of the ship crew where can I possibly charge my phone. Moments later, I just realized I was already having fun conversations with them. Even the captain was there.
Bye!
It was around 2 p.m. when I arrived at Santa Fe. I was already so excited as I was walking out of the port. But before that, I had to stop by the entrance of the port and present a QR code of my booked accommodation. I made it. Yeah, I made it. I made it here. I made it here alone. I made it here alone. Yeah! I rode a motorcycle to my accommodation and Kuya driver was very kind. I even asked for his phone number just in case I needed a ride somewhere. So I arrived at Marino Bungalows where I booked for 3 nights. It was actually a spacious room, so I got settled there, rented a bike, and that was the start of my day 1. I stopped by the Church of Santa Fe and after that I headed on to the ruins to witness the sunset. By the way, I asked locals for directions because I totally forgot that I got Google Maps. But no worries because the locals were very friendly. So I was alone when I got to the ruins. The whole place was mine, but later, people kept coming. There I met new faces who happened to be locals and we ended up planning on going together for my day 2 trip. At night, I biked my way to their plaza where these lovely Christmas lanterns were displayed. It almost seemed like Chinatown from afar. It was a Thursday, so there were lesser people in the area. An opportunity to take Instagrammable photos. And speaking of, follow me on my Instagram and my other social media accounts. I had barbecue for dinner together with Jean, Jupil, Janine, and Aubrey, the ones that I met at the ruins. They introduced me to this taguangkan, a barbecue made from the womb of the chicken. It tasted like chicken. There it is. After dinner, we went strolling back to the plaza, checked out MJ Square, and had a dessert at Twisted with their rolled ice cream. I got the coffee-flavored ice cream. It was very delicious. And that was it for day 1. I went home and lights out by 10. As planned, I went on a trip to the town of Bantayan with Jean, Aubrey, and Jupil on my day 2. This time, we rented a motorcycle because it was better to go all around the island than using the bike.
Happy birthday to you!
Yay! It was the 29th of October and it was my birthday. My first stop was to visit Saints Peter and Paul and I had to light candles for my birthday as tradition, thanking the Heavenly Father for another year and for the opportunity to go solo traveling, spending my birthday on an island. I may not be with my family, but I still am blessed with a very supportive parents, and I am thankful for that. Now this part was unplanned. I did not think of buying these dried seafoods during this time. I was planning on coming back, but I ended up buying these Bantayan delicacies at this moment, thinking I might not have the time to come back. We bought fruits for snacks too, and we went on to our next stop, the Mangrove Garden at Omagieca, where the famous Camp Sawi is. I was asked by a friend why was I wearing a bikini at the Mangrove Garden. I was the only one there, who cares? Oh, well, Aubrey was there and she was cool with it. Next stop was the Paradise Beach. The view from this cliff was spectacular. Lakas maka-wedding venue. Char.
We're here at Paradise Beach.
Again, there were few people in the area. We spent most of our time there because the beach was just so nice, so calm, and so peaceful. I was enjoying the good weather the whole time. I made sure I get the tan, took a swim, and of course, take pictures together with Jean and Aubrey. Thanks, guys! We had lunch at the Karen's. It was a good lunch accompanied by this cutie cat. Oh, look at that. She's shining. So this time, I'm all by myself with this motorcycle. Fun fact, I know how to drive, but I don't drive a lot back in my hometown because 1, I don't have my own motorcycle, and 2, I wasn't just confident enough to drive. But I took this opportunity to practice and improve my skills in driving. And voila! I did it just right. So in the afternoon, I went to Kota Beach to have some me time. It was so windy and the waves are huge. But it was all good. I took pictures all by myself and I was enjoying it. When solo traveling, self-timer is the key. But in my case, I got my remote connected to my phone. I've also met these boys selling dried fish along the shore, but I wasn't able to buy dried fish from them. But instead, I bought ginamos. We talked for a while and we had cute selfies together. After that, I was just playing around. Waves were bad, but I was enjoying and feeling the moment. I was alone, but I was happy.
Happy birthday to you, lobster. Happy birthday to you, lobster.
I had a quick video call with my parents and they were celebrating my birthday at home. They had lobsters and even put up balloons beside my standee. At night, I went to MJ Square, checked on restos for dinner, and decided to eat here at Coucou Bar. This place is nice at night, and they also have a bar at the side. So while waiting for my food, I had beer, replied to some birthday greetings, checked my email, and went through my other social media accounts. And then my food was served. And in my opinion, their serving was enough for one person. I had the time to video call my cousins and they sang me a birthday song. And that was so sweet. So the bar played a birthday song during that night because somebody was actually celebrating her birthday at the bar. The song wasn't dedicated to me, but cheers to that. And I went on a night ride before going home. I was all by myself on my day 3. It was a Saturday, so I was expecting a lot of tourists that day. My first destination was in Ogtong Cave. There were people when I got there and I realized I'd be fifth wheeling if I go inside the cave with these couples. So I decided to just chill at the beach for a moment under the scorching heat of the sun. I also saw a plane because, by the way, Santa Fe has their own airport. So the beach got white sands, but at that time it was low tide. I was already far from the shore, but the water was just below the knee deep. I still had fun though, especially when I met these kids, and gladly they let me borrow their salbabida. And of course, I forgot to hide those belly fats because I was having fun. Now this mandatory self-timer photo shoot, it would always be a struggle and a blessing because not everyone has the skill and confidence to do a self-timer shoot publicly, right? Now here's a fun fact. While I was editing this vlog, somebody reached out to me through my Instagram account and said that he actually saw me filming and shooting alone and that he wanted to help me but he didn't. Cause why? Come on dude, that could be the start of something new. Charot. So I came back to the cave and there were only 2 people. I then tried to set up my camera for another self-timer shoot. I did not even notice I was blocking the way. That was when I met Miguel and Rad. I was so shy at first but I took the chance and asked Rad if he could take a picture of me and he said yes. So thanks Rad. The water in the cave was so clear and it was so cold. Now I get lucky because I get the whole place all by myself because Miguel and Rad left earlier. For my lunch, I had scallops with this view at Kota Beach. I was craving for scallops the whole time. I was shocked because the serving was too much for me. But guess what? I finished everything. After a heavy lunch, I went on sunbathing. Yes, I know. It was a bad time for me to have a sunbath. But it only took me around 10 minutes because it was so hot. So I just went home for a rest. After a crazy debate with myself, I finally decided to drive to Madridejos instead of calling Kuya the driver to drive me to the town because the fare was 150 pesos just for one way and my motorcycle still has a full tank, so I'd rather use the gas. I drove to Madridejos for about 45 minutes to witness the sunset at Kota Park. There was an event when I got there. I went strolling while waiting for the time. Kota Park is said to be a good place to witness the sunset. The park features a beach area and a pier with an observation platform. It has a good view up there, in fairness. It was just so sad because it was cloudy and Mr. Sun didn't quite show up for the sunset. Before heading back to Santa Fe, I stopped by the Church of Madridejos and at the ATM machine in Bantayan. This plaza in Santa Fe also caught my attention because of its wonderful lanterns. In here, you can really feel the Christmas breeze. I went straight to MG Square and this night, there were a lot of people. No question because it was the weekend. I ordered shrimp at Tinder Point and a beer to pair it with a cold night. The place was never boring during this time because there were pubs playing good music, people celebrating their birthdays, and restaurants having Halloween costume party. I came there alone but I enjoyed the whole night, especially when I met again Miguel and Rad and a new friend Junjun, and we had a couple of beers. Wasn't able to film the rest of the night though because I was just having a good time. On my fourth day, I was supposed to go home in the afternoon, but due to unexpected acquaintances last night, I extended my stay because we planned on an island hopping trip. We first went to Kota Beach for sunrise, but again, it was cloudy, so there was no sunrise. We went to Coucou Bar for our continental breakfast. Next stop was Sandira Beach, which is just right next to Paradise Beach. The beach wasn't so nice at that time because of the bad weather. It was a gloomy morning actually, so it was just me and June who went swimming because Miguel and Rad were experiencing hangover from last night. So our island hopping got cancelled because of the bad weather that day. Me and June decided to go to Coin Laundry Plus Cafe for our lunch. It literally has a coin laundry at the side. So it's like you can wash your clothes while you dine. Bantayan special, the danggit labtingao can be served here. We ordered fresh buko but later they gave us free coffee. Yay! Also, the place has somehow an Instagrammable setup. Later that afternoon, we went back to Omagieca Mangrove Garden for the sunrise. It was so lovely. On my fifth day, I woke up in Rick's Paradise Reef Resort. It was a good day to pursue our island hopping trip, but I will only be doing it with June since Rad and Miguel went back to Cebu City early this day. We had breakfast at Playa Resort. While waiting for the food to be served, we just could not resist the trampoline, so we played and jumped till we fell onto our knees. It was so fun. We had breakfast under the shade of the coconut trees. I got iced coffee this time. We also got dried danggit, which was also one of Bantayan's delicacies. It was around 9 a.m. when we went to the port of Santa Fe, where you will have to book for the island hopping trip. It was about 10 a.m. when we departed from the port of Virgin Island. The waves were crazy at that time. Thankfully, we arrived safe in Virgin Island. It was beautiful. The water was clear with fine and white sands. We were to stay there for 4 hours only, but you can do a lot of things for 4 hours. You can stroll around the island, play beach volleyball with your friends, do sunbathing, swim in the crystal clear waters, take pictures, snorkeling. Well, I wasn't able to do snorkeling though. And of course, they're cliff jumping. The way to the cliff jumping site was actually very nice already. Pwede ka mag-encantad ya diri sa. Cliff jumping was awesome. We both tried the lowest jumping site. While I took the chance and jumped off from the highest diving point. I think it was about 15 meters. It was frightening, but I did it! Also, if you come here in the island, you can possibly find my name here in one of these cactuses because it seemed like people who come here in the island have carved their names already. So this is it. I'm ending this vlog right here. It was my 5th and last day in Bantayan Island. Wasn't able to film at this point because my phone and my camera died. But I had so much fun in my first ever solo trip. I learned a lot, and one of those is to how to get along with people you encounter. Also, be mindful in places you go and always leave no trash behind. This is me, MG Flores, telling you to pursue the happiness you've always wanted. Because life is short, so go for it.